What's happening? Landlord from Alabama here, back with another video. And today, man, we finna talk about your tight end, Dalton Schultz. We heard the drama going on in Dallas. He's frustrated about his contract talks and he's holding out for the rest of the OTAs, man. So it's going down. He is pissed off. He wants a long-term deal from the Cowboys. Now, I must admit, this is a decent strategy. This is a pretty decent negotiating move by Dalton Schultz and his team, because this is the year that we was gonna find out a lot about Dalton Schultz. Without Amari Cooper, without this team just having a surplus of weapons everywhere, we was gonna find out a lot about the player that Dalton Schultz actually is. He got us between a rock and a hard place. He understands that we lost Amari Cooper. We kind of lacking on a few of these weapons, and Dalton said he want to capitalize. We in a capitalistic type country, so he want to capitalize on our shortcomings. He know that we need weapons, and we really can't afford to be playing with him right now. This is the whole reason we haven't signed him yet. This is why he's on the franchise tag, because we aren't 1000% sold on this man just yet. We're not ready to give him a ring. We like him, but we don't love him. We're not sure about a long-term deal. We're not ready to bet the house on him. We're not ready to bet all of our chips. We're not pushing them in the middle of the table just yet on Dalton Schultz. That's not a knock on him, but we do want to put him in some different circumstances and see, is this him being just a great tight end individually, or is he a product of the environment that he was around? It's easy to be productive when you got a lot of different weapons and everybody else around you getting all the attention. But to be honest, this does raise my antennas a little bit. This does concern me a little, because I feel like Dalton and his agent might know something that we don't know. They might not be super confident that Dalton can go earn our respect enough to give him a long-term deal without all of these supreme weapons that we usually have around him. They probably know that Dalton won't be able to produce like he did last year. But he did sign the franchise tag. I believe the Cowboys might have sweet-talked Dalton a little bit into signing the franchise tag with good hopes and good faith that we was going to get a long-term deal worked out pretty quickly. But with David Njoku getting a deal and it was way out of his range that he's supposed to got, that kind of messed up the tight end market. You can thank Cleveland. I know Jerry and Steven just saying all kind of cuss words to Cleveland right now. I understand they kind of messed up the tight end market, in my opinion. Before David Njoku signed, I'm sure that the Cowboys had a decent number in their mind. I'm sure Dalton had a decent number in his. I'm sure that they was willing to come close and meet somewhere in the middle and find some kind of middle ground to be able to come to the negotiating table and get the job done. But Dalton and his agent are really trying to be ahead of the game. They trying to be one step ahead because they see the signs, they see the signals saying that the Dallas Cowboys just not super interested or not moving with enough urgency, letting them know that they want to really sign Dalton Schultz. I feel like if they really wanted to, they would have made sure they signed him before Cleveland signed David Njoku, because that kind of messed up everything. I'm sure the contract talks kind of just went out the window after he got that kind of money. He signed a deal for 4 years, $56 million. Like, Dalton Schultz had double his production, so I know this is gonna really put a wrench in the game when it comes to negotiating talks with Dalton Schultz, especially when David Njoku only had 36 catches for like 475 yards with 4 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz literally doubled him in almost every category for a tight end. Dalton Schultz had 7 to 8 catches, 808 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So he literally doubled this man up. And you know, if David Njoku got that much money, Dalton looking like he needs even more than what he got, for sure. They kind of messed up everybody when it comes to negotiating with their tight ends. Okay, to be honest, I really like Schultz. I think he is a pretty solid tight end. But to be honest, I really just didn't like paying him close to $11 million on the franchise tag to begin with. So now he wants even more than that to go against the cap, and I really don't know if the Cowboys should do that. We do criticize the Cowboys a lot for moving at a snail's pace when it comes to doing these negotiations, waiting too long, letting the market just outweigh everybody and everybody just outprice themselves out of Dallas. But in this case, I think Dallas is just playing it safe. I don't think they are 100% convinced that Dalton Schultz deserves this type of money, and they're not willing to give him this long-term type commitment like this. I don't blame them, honestly. Like, I like Dalton Schultz, but in my opinion, I feel like he could be a product of the environment that he was around. I feel like he was benefiting greatly from this system and some of these other players that surrounded him. That's no knock on him, but if you put him in a bad offense, put him with the Texans or somebody, I just don't think he would have put up those type of numbers in production. That's just my opinion. Everybody entitled to their own. Let me know in the comments what you think that Dalton Schultz would have did at another team. Is it him, or is it the system, or is it the quarterback that makes Dalton Schultz get this great production he been having? But at the end of the day, I really think the Cowboys like him. But I believe they're being realistic. They don't believe he warrants that type of money. And I don't blame them. I'm not too mad at the Cowboys, but it's some real bad timing because we don't have any receivers. We kind of lacking on the offensive end. We really don't have time to be playing around with Mr. Dalton Schultz. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just holla at your boy, Landlord from Alabama, with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.